Many faces back, man. What's going on, man? Staying in today, man. I wanted to go to work, but shit ain't right, man. So sit my behind down, man. Watching vintage basketball. Let me see something here. I'm watching some old games. I've been watching old games all morning. Let me see what else is on, man. I know ESPN, they bought the NFL Network, and they bought, I think they did a deal with the WWE. So let's see how this plays out, man. It said they're going to be adding 3 more games a year that they're going to be broadcasting, which is cool, you know. But yeah, man. What is a untrustworthy person, man? Because we got to go at and talk about a lot of character defects in a lot of us, man. Are you a trustworthy person? Now, I'm not going into the definition. I'm just going into my interpretation of somebody being trustworthy, right? Trustworthy person to me is somebody you can trust pretty much with information, with their possessions, those, saying like, a person that's not trustworthy to me, when you a person that will break those types of things, like I tell you something and then you go outside and you hear everybody talking about it, that's a bad characteristic, man. And, a lot of us do it. None of us is exempt from it. Some people, like somebody can tell you something in confidence, right? And you out here blabbing and talking and telling people's business out in the open. That's not really trustworthy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not being a trustworthy person, man. Like when you out here, like somebody somebody can't trust you to tell you anything. That means people aren't gonna trust you to even really talk to you about nothing. Like I can't disclose anything with you. I can't, what kind of a friend can you be? I can't talk to you about, maybe I'm having some issues with my marriage. And, I want a second opinion, or I just need to get things off my chest. I can't talk to you because whatever I say to you ends up in public. You know what I'm saying? Like, or a person that's always blabbing your business, man. Like, yeah, man, your son's getting money. Your son was knocking niggas out back in the days. Things that you don't want people to necessarily know. Or this happened, that happened. They just tell everything, man. And, you're not trustworthy like that. You're not trustworthy if I can't leave you around my woman. Without you trying to holler at it or something. Or you allowing, like something, like you just, saying you're not trustworthy. You're not trustworthy if I can't leave you around my possessions and trust that you won't touch it. You're not trustworthy if I don't want you to know where I live. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe you can keep, my address to yourself. You'll have people knowing where I live and all this stuff. Let me bring my man through and all. Nah, fam. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you're not being trustworthy. Like, it's like, there's a lot of people that deal with a lot of characteristic flaws, man. Like, if you're trustworthy, if I invite you to my house and I don't want people knowing, I'm not a person that really invites people over. You know what I mean? You can keep that to yourself. You be like, I'm gonna come check my man on my own, B. I ain't gonna bring niggas through. or whatever. Or the very least I would do is I'ma holler at them first, like, yo, I know, what I'm saying, you keep your shit private, but I'm rolling with my homeboy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but 9 out of 10, nobody wants a guy to know, you know what I'm saying, to be having strangers coming to his house and all that. Even if they're not strangers, if I want to keep my location discreet, you should keep it discreet. You shouldn't even ask that. Trustworthy person, like I said, is going to keep your location discreet. Trustworthy person isn't going to disclose your secrets, or if you talk to them about something, that stays between y'all two. Not on Facebook blabbing, not telling your friends, you know what I'm saying, or telling the block, yeah, man, this nigga's having problems with his girl. Yeah, this nigga daughter got kicked out of school. This nigga went to court yesterday, man. Yeah, those are things, you know what I'm saying, like, you keep between you, whatever that conversation is, between you and that person. Watching this Little League World Series. Who's batting? Oregon versus Alaska. Oregon is batting right now. Alaska is messing up, man. Throwing the ball in the outfield. They just gave up an unearned run from an error, throwing the ball in the outfield by mistake. Like, but yeah, man. Like, I can't deal with people like that, man. Like, if I can't trust you enough to just have a conversation with you about life without you telling everybody about the conversation, you're not a trustworthy person, man. It's just common sense, man. I ain't saying nothing that nobody don't know. I'm just, speaking in general, man. You ain't trustworthy. You know what I'm saying? If I can't say, hey, look, man, here's $20. I need you to take this to my man, since you're going that way. And you sitting there and you take the $20, the $20 never reaches him, you're not a trustworthy person. Don't be so sure. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're blabbing at people's info and, telling secrets and things like that, you're not trustworthy, man. It's a real, and like I said, people are not going to want to deal with you, man. You push people away like that. You know what I'm saying? So we have to, and I'm talking to myself included, we have to be very careful when we disclose information to people. And we have to be very careful when we receive information, and we need to keep our mouths shut. Sometimes it can be stuff that other people are telling you about certain situations, and they're really private situations, and it's very inappropriate to disclose private information to the public that really didn't ask for it, or it's none of their business what happened. But you have some people that, they want, what I'm saying, then there's people that have issues, like they just have mouth issues, man, where they just can't help themselves. Everybody is against them, and they just want to be heard. So whenever they get the chance, they talk behind your back. That's not a trustworthy person either, man. Definitely not trustworthy. Like, if you talking behind my back and or going behind everybody's back and you just blabbing about everything and trying to get people to see things your way, that's not being trustworthy at all. That's being toxic. Like I said, people are not going to want to deal with you when you're like that, man. Like, when you just running around, you give you a scoop on this guy, let me give you a scoop on that guy. You're not really a person that people feel like they're going to be able to disclose information. It's almost like dealing with a reporter. You know what I'm saying? Reporters ain't going to hold, you know what I'm saying, water. They're going to expose the situation. And whether you're protecting a source or not, whoever you are trying to protect, it's going to be known who the person is, depending on the information you're given, because only probably a handful of people would know that information. So when you spreading it out in public, whoever that information is being spread out to, probably gonna know who told you, because they probably told that particular person who couldn't keep it to himself. You know, and the common denominator is when you find yourself in constant situations, right? The constant problems, constant predicaments of the same thing over and over again, constantly, beefing with people, constantly find yourself in the middle of controversy and arguments and things like that. You are the problem, not everybody else. Because base hit, good hit, but you want to fuck around, right? Shit went in the outfield, man. That's another run that they tied the score. So you have to, you're the common denominator. Ain't everybody else. You know what I mean? So it's like either that person needs help, or the person's not really, he's not dealing with reality. Obviously, you're not dealing with reality, but everywhere you go, you have the same problems, and you don't realize it's you. But what a catch. He made up for that. You know what I mean? You are the common denominator. I'm saying, I had to realize that years ago when I'm constantly getting myself in trouble. I'm blaming everybody else but myself. And I had to realize, fam, it's not everybody else, it's you. You the problem. You making these decisions to go out in the street and run the streets and sell this and sell that. That ain't the police's fault. Niggas be mad at the police. Fam, you the one out here breaking the law. So whatever comes from that, you got to deal with that. And I had to realize that, fam, if I don't want to go to jail, then I don't need to be breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? And I don't knock people that hustle or do whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? I just feel sometimes you got to be smart about shit. And you got to look at, is it worth it or not? Because some people are caught up just hustling just because they can. And they never try to better themselves or expand themselves. I'm just hustling. I'm getting this bag. Be like, all right, but you ain't got no health insurance. You have no life insurance. You have no credit. You haven't worked in years. So you have no work history. So you're just setting yourself back because you can't do it forever unless you really making some money. Now, if you really making some game-changing money, where you able to buy nice cars, finance a home, pay people to take care of your stuff, and you making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year or $1 million a year, and it's worth it for you. You know what I'm saying? I would say. But if you just out here making a couple thousand a month, man, you might as well get a job, man. What you doing? You know what I'm saying? You risking yourself for what? You gotta look behind your shoulder. You got robbers. You got niggas that sell you bad work. You know what I'm saying? And then now the game is so watered down. It's you can't, you used to be able to get bread off Bud like that. And now it's everybody got Bud. You know what I'm saying? You used to be able to get the money off having that fire on coke and crack and heroin, but now everybody got the shit. Everybody's cutting it with this and that. Now you got fentanyl and all this other stuff that people buy, and it's cheaper. So the game is watered down. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got blocks no more like that. Only in maybe certain areas, but ain't nobody got the block and all that, man. Niggas out here struggling, be females get a job, man. Then you gonna go to jail, do 4 or 5 years, come home, start back over. You're just setting your life back, man. To me, it's a waste of time if you're not really benefiting from it. Because a lot of dudes are just hustling just because they can. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm living a good life. I ain't got to get up and go to work every day. I could just hustle and chill. So when you go to the doctor, how much is your insurance? Are you going to see good doctors? how's your life insurance? If you pass away, do you have enough money to bury yourself? Take care of your kids. You know what I'm saying? So unless you got some thousands of dollars, you ain't gonna have it, man. It's with credit. Like, can you put an apartment in your name? Can you put a house in your name? A car? Most guys that are hustling, they don't, especially career hustlers, they don't have credit. Work history. Like I said, where's your work history, man? You just been hustling and going to jail, hustling and going to jail. So now when you get out, you 55, 60, you have no work history, man. You're going to get a bullshit job and you're going to be working hard. And with inflation, it's just going to get worse, man. And you're going to end up burning yourself out by the time you're 60, 70, and you know, probably get sick and end up dying. Yeah? I don't know, man. What's the purpose, man? But yeah, man, being a trustworthy person, man, back to that is it's essential, man, to just having a conversation. I'm telling you, man, people that you can't trust, you're not gonna sit down and have an honest conversation with them. Because either they're gonna make a mockery of your conversation, or they're gonna talk about you like a dog and bring you up and things that you said and feel, you know, to other people in just to mock you. It's not worth it. Clearly ain't worth it. So, you know, it is what it is, man. And you know, I'm gonna post my other video I did about you know, ratting and good Samaritan and things like that. It's like I said in that video, there is a difference of being a guy. I was talking to my man about that, and I presented a scenario to him, and I ain't even let him finish before I was like, yeah, the nigga to me is a rat, period. Because like I said, if you providing information to help our investigation, you're an informer. You know what I'm saying? If you're providing information, Yankees are playing, and that person gets convicted or arrested, you're a rat, man. There's no, all of that, I'm just a civilian, that don't fly, because y'all niggas be from the hood, so you know better. Stuff like that, if you was locked up doing that, they're gonna send you out of there, B. Ain't nobody talking about, oh, he's just a nice guy, man. He a cool nigga, so we getting packed, homie. You getting packed real quick, man. Like, niggas is packing you out of here, man. And you know, you know what I'm saying, he's a civilian, so he ain't no snitch. It don't apply to him. It applies to everybody. If you're purposely providing info to get somebody convicted or arrested, you are a rat. There's no other way that you can say it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, ain't none of us perfect. Oh, good. There we go. 1, 2. Have a good night, man. Sit the fuck down. Let's go, Yankees. Sit your ass down. That was a big play, man. Yankees are really struggling, man. They're really struggling, man. Like, all this talent they got, man, they got to play better. Some pride, man. Like, they're playing really bad baseball, man. I want Boone out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, he doesn't allow his starting pitchers to be battle tested. Like, if it's not in the first couple of innings, it's like he doesn't trust these guys late in the game. He follows too much analytics, and you know, I think that analytics stuff, you wear your bullpen. Now they got so many bullpen guys and nobody's consistent. There was a formula that Joe Torre had. You let your pitchers rock 7 innings. You get me to 6 innings, 5 innings struggling. He had a middle reliever. If you get to the 7th, 8th, and he had to set up guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they was playing on the righties and lefties. You know You got Stanton for the righties, Nelson for the lefties, I believe. It was the other way? I forgot, but you had your Mitch, then you had Rivera. Before that, he had Rivera setting up, and then you had Wetland. But Rivera will usually come in the 8th inning. Like, but you gave your starters, a good 7 innings at least. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't overwork your bullpen. Like, when I'm looking at the Yankees bullpen, they got like 20 guys, but it's like no one's locked in. So it's like you got all these different guys. You just keep rotating, and these guys are not getting rhythms. So you got this guy pitching today, then he's not pitching for like 3 days, and it's like these guys are relievers. They need reps, man. Like, they're not in the game for 6 or 7 innings. Then that's crazy, man. They're a tornado, dude. Man, shit, the storm, man. Shit, truck almost hit that in. But nah, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't overwork your bullpen, and I feel like you put too many guys in and out the lineup. Like, guys can't get a rhythm, man, and they start getting smacked around. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not being consistent out there. Like, you should have about a good 4 or 5 guys for middle relief. And you shouldn't be taking your pitch out in the 5th inning, man. Like, come on, man. Let them get 6, 7 innings in, man. But, I'm just a fan, B. We don't know what we talking about because we fans. We never played the game at a professional level. I just been watching the game for, 40-some years. All these games, man. I grew up watching sports, playing sports, so I understand what's going on. I studied the sports, I studied the histories, I love football, baseball, basketball, boxing, tennis, a little bit of golf, a little tiny bit of NASCAR. That's something I got to be into. I'm not really into, but I like to be well-rounded with sports, man. Sports, it's fun, but I don't just sit here and just run my mouth and talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't 100% right, but I like to, talk sports. I should be able to. I think I have a right as a human being to comment on sports, particularly if I'm a fan. And I educate myself on the sport to know what I'm talking about. Some people don't know what they're talking about. Some people play sports, play the shit professional level, and still don't know what the hell they be talking about. You listen to their takes and you be like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Like where's your brain? Like, can't make this up, man. Let's see if the Yankees can hit, man. They're not hitting, man. These guys aren't consistently, like, they're not situationally hitting, man. Like, they'll get on base, but then the situational hitting is not coming through. Anyway, man, stay trustworthy out here, man. Be somebody that a person can talk to and trust talking to you, and his business ain't gonna be all over Front Street. Damn, he got under that, man. It's out. You know what I'm saying? Be somebody people can confide in, talk to, trust. Don't be somebody that, you just talk about any and everything. That's not a good characteristic, man. And people are not going to want to be around you when you're like that. So you gotta understand it, man. Anyway, man, we out of here, man. Many-Face Publishing. I bored you for almost 25 minutes. Like I said, stay trustworthy, man. All right, and have a good night. We'll see you around, man. Peace.